In the midst of all these stylish and durable Mannington flooring options, the fastest growing category is luxury vinyl flooring. In both the residential and commercial markets, it has seen tremendous growth over the past few years and is projected to continue to be a very popular flooring choice. Within this fastest growing category is yet another Mannington innovation, a patented system called LockSolid, which is the ability to float the flooring by attaching the planks or tiles to each other rather than adhering them to a subfloor. This system is available on both residential and commercial products and in plank and tile platforms. The benefits of floating floors are well known. They install over nearly all subfloors. They reduce wait time, odor, and cost related to adhesives, and the floor can immediately be put into service after installation. Floating floors, however, are not always the right choice, particularly in areas with heavy rolling traffic, or areas where the subfloor is rough and unprepared. To prevent buckling, the floating floor must be protected from harsh, direct sunlight exposure. Simply closing the blinds or applying a UV protective film to the window will achieve this. Once the area is resilient ready, meaning that the temperature and humidity are controlled, the subfloor is clean, dry, and smooth, and the building is fully enclosed, the installation can begin. First, let's take a close look at the machine tongue and groove. The groove is the part that extends out the most. Notice that the machining profile of the tongue is a mirror image of the groove. The tongues will be inserted into the grooves. This is designed so that the joint has no wiggle room. Here's a quick activity you can do to see just how this LockSolid technology works. Cut 2 small samples of the tongue edge and align it over the groove edge. Now, with the proper angle, you can feel the tongue engage the groove. Watch as it jumps into place and hear it snap together. Here's a demonstration of a plank install. Installers typically work left to right, inserting tongues into grooves as they go. Notice the installer's hand position. His fingers are underneath, supporting the plank as the seam is angled and clicked into place. Now, angle the plank, keeping one hand near the end seam, and work the length of the tongue into the groove. The side, or long tongue, should be positioned back just short of the top of the groove. Sometimes it helps to wiggle the plank into position. Just slide your hand under the length of the plank while pushing the locking mechanism together. Never try to install a LockSolid product by holding the machined edges. This milled profile is vulnerable to breaking or bending until they are assembled. If you position the long edge tongue too close to the adjacent groove, it will not seat properly. If it's too far away, it's difficult to slide into the lock position. The positioning of the tongue and groove is especially critical in the square and rectangle tile platforms. When working with the tile platforms, keep in mind the actual size of the tiles. Each standard 16-inch by 16-inch tile is 1.78 square feet, and each rectangular 12-inch by 24-inch tile is a full 2 square feet. To help support these tiles during installation, Mannington offers wedges that assist in angling the tiles properly for successful assembly. Again, working left to right, with the groove edges out, assemble the first row of tiles. Click the first tile in the second row into place. Position one of the wedges under the leading edge of the attached tile, and click the second tile into place. Now, support the middle of this tile with another wedge and slide to lock the tile into position. You can actually feel and hear the tile click into the locking position. Put the third wedge under the leading edge of the previously installed tile and align and attach to the next tile. Remove the first wedge and reposition it under the middle of this tile. Here's a handy trick to keep the tiles from coming apart as you proceed down the row. Just take a scrap piece of tile with a tongue and bridge the 2 tiles together. Working tile by tile, complete the second row by leapfrogging the bridges and wedges as you go. Now that you have 2 rows assembled, make sure the 5/16 inch expansion gap is maintained and double check that all joints are fully clicked together. This is best accomplished by using a tapping block. Lightly tap each tile to assure that they are locked together. In fact, a tapping block can and should be used with both plank and tile formats to assure that the profiles are fully seated and connected. Another important tip: when you get to a position where the LockSolid product cannot be angled into place, use a small block plane to remove just a bit of the bump on both the groove and tongue profiles. Apply a light, even application of Mannington Commercial MCS 42 seam sealer on the groove and tap the products together on a level, horizontal plane. Repairing LockSolid luxury vinyl flooring is a straightforward process. If the damaged plank is near an outer edge, just unclick everything back to the area. Replace the damaged plank and re-click back together. If the damaged area is in the middle of the room, it may be best to cut out the entire damaged piece, starting with the center and moving out to the edges. Prepare the replacement plank by removing the groove strip on both the long and end profiles. Using the decorative surface of the tongue end as a guide, cut away this overhanging profile using a sharp utility knife. Position the replacement plank by engaging the tongue of the long side into the groove of the adjoining plank. Hinge the prepared replacement plank into position. Use a hand roller to assist in aligning the planks into position. Apply a thin application of Mannington Commercial MCS 42 seam sealer to all 4 seams of the replacement product. Allow the sealer to penetrate and then wipe any excess from the surface. Like most of the techniques and processes of floor covering installation, installing products with the LockSolid technology becomes easier with practice. We hope that this video has accelerated the learning curve for you. If you need more information, please check www.mannington.com for product specifications and information.